Hey, Aspires. I hope you guys heard my interview with WFMU, the Born Too Late show on WFMU. I want to thank Alex and everybody involved in that. You know, I feel really fortunate, really lucky that I was tapped to do something like that. Anyways, with my label Sioux, uh, you know, when you send a record off to be pressed, then they send you test pressings after they make the master stamper. And, so if you have a problem with anything, they'll send you some test pressings to make sure everything sounds right before they do the actual production run. And and also, like I have my cover silk screened. All the LP jackets for a Sioux record are silk screen, and the silk screen takes a month or 6 weeks versus pressing the vinyl takes quite a bit longer. And the thing about it is, I've got a lot of stuff at the pressing plant right now. A lot of stuff I'm really excited about. Mono Deluxe is coming. The loose rails are coming. A lot of fucking great shit is coming. And so what I want to talk to you guys about right now is not something available yet, but like I said, you can get the jackets a lot sooner than getting the vinyl, and it's just a waiting game. When I get the vinyl, then I go through and hand number the center labels. You've seen that, how it has a blank of 300 and it's numbered 1 to 300. So I got the jackets last week of Rebel Flesh. This is a great looking jacket. Band photo. It's. I haven't told anybody that they have to follow like the Sioux aesthetic. We started with the owl having just their name on a red cover, and then Richard Bacchus and the Luckiest Girls. He, had a picture of the back of his amplifier, and on the back of his amplifier was stenciled "Viva la Wattage," which is the name of the album, and and then he stuck with the red and white, and Stevie and the Sleaze. They had done that cassette. It was like black and white and pink in the cassette, but Steve Davis, when we were talking about it, he said do it red and white. It looks great. So like there is an aesthetic with the label where everybody's got this red and white, and then we've done some black, like the Bad Actors had a black and white album cover, and then Lower East Side Stitches did a black cover with white and red ink on it, and so the white, black, and red, or the white and red and black, or that color combination, that aesthetic is just kind of, and Rebel Flesh is stuck to that. And then the back of it here is just band names. I mean, really simple. Love the aesthetic. To me, it's pop art. To me, it's kind of like this less is more thing where, like growing up, like my dad owned trucks and trailers and ran the West Coast, and like a Peterbilt truck is a lot like Harley Davidson, where you can make it look however you want. You start with this bare bones truck, and you add and whatever. Well, my dad and my brother and I we figured out a long time ago that you could really mess up a truck by putting on too much chrome and too many lights and really a stripped down cleaner thing. and stuff my dad and my brother come up with 25 years ago as far as the aesthetics of a stripped down, cleaner look. That's the aesthetic that a lot of owner operators have with really clean looking trucks and equipment. But so I'm a fan of the cleaner aesthetic, and but this is silk screen, just like all the covers for Sioux. Opens from the top like British pressings, and then so I got these last week. I'm super excited about these jackets, and all the Sioux records because like I hand number them and have to sleeve them myself. They don't get shrink wrapped in cellophane or anything like that. I put them in poly sleeves before I ship them to you. So then today I got test pressing. This is no label. It's just test pressing. They haven't put a print label on it. They come in black. Test pressings come in black. It's not, when we get this done, it's going to have the same center label as all the other Sioux records and on white vinyl, 180 gram white vinyl. This is how they send it, and SUX 14 Rebel Flesh. Why I got this now versus the Mono Deluxe. The Mono Deluxe was actually ordered a few weeks before this was ordered, but for some reason this got here before the Mono Deluxe. I'm super stoked about the Mono Deluxe album coming. That's just fucking kill or punk and roll. But if you don't know the Rebel Flesh, who Rebel Flesh is, they're out of Texas, and I first come across them a few years ago. I don't know how, like some connection with Tim Napalm. Here's a shout out to my buddy Tim Napalm, rock journalist extraordinaire, and he Tim's been in the Hormones, and one thing I'll say about Tim is he digs great rock and roll, and he really has a passion for his craft of being a music journalist, and unfortunately the way all media has gone, there isn't much room for music journalism these days, and so subscribe to his Substack, and support Tim. He's a great guy, but through Tim somehow I got connected with Rebel Flesh, and I got a copy. They had like a little 4-song EP CD that I dug, and I started the label, started Sioux in the summer of 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, the lockdowns or whatever, and and I had reached out to Rebel Flesh, and I'm like, hey, you guys want to do a vinyl? And I reached out to them because I fucking believe in them, and the reason I believe in them is, yes, I have a specific genre of that I'm into. I'm into punk and roll music, and if you're not sure what punk and roll is, punk and roll in my book is punk rock performed by guys who grew up listening to Kiss and AC/DC and Cheap Trick and Thin Lizzy, Mott the Hoople, T-Rex, handful of other great bands like that, but the way I would describe Rebel Flesh is, yes, they do have that punk and roll aesthetic to them, but like in the early 80s, there were rock bands that flirted with new wave, and I'm talking about somebody like the Cars or Greg Ginn Band, and so when I first heard Rebel Flesh, I kept thinking of Breakup Song by Greg Ginn Band. Like these guys, have that Greg Ginn band, Jay Giles band, Cars, sort of thing going on where it's rock that flirts with new wave, more so than be a new wave that flirts with rock. These guys are definitely a rock band that flirts with that new wave sort of, Cars, Greg Ginn band, like I say, Breakup Song by Greg Ginn band is such a fucking great song. Somebody in a fucking punk roll band cover Breakup Song by Greg Ginn band so I could put it out on my label. I got a shit ton of cover songs that I'd love to see people do, but Breakup Song's one of them. Yeah, I mean, Breakup Song by Greg Ginn band, that'd be a great one for the Toilet Boys to do. The Toilet Boys did a cover of Space Truckin' on Split 45. I think that was on Cold Front Records. I can't remember. I got it someplace here. I'll dig that out at some point and we'll do a video on it. But anyways, yeah, it'd be great to hear the Toilet Boys do Breakup Song by Greg Ginn band. Rebel Flesh has that sort of rock flirting with new wave, like the Cars, like sort of like My Best Friend's Girlfriend by the Cars, sort of, a little bit of Billy Idol solo stuff, some of that influence. And, I can't say definitively that these guys sound like the Cars or Greg Ginn band. I mean, these guys definitely have their own fucking sound, but it's fucking cool. And so I want to give you a little taste of it off of the test pressing. Here's Kiss Me in the Night is the first song off the B-side. All these fucking songs are fucking killer. If you dig the song that I'm going to play you now, stay tuned. Pick this fucking record up when it's available. Support this band. You have a chance to catch these guys live. Go see them. I don't really know these guys. I mean, it's just been a few emails of, I really don't know these guys, but, we're on the other hand, like I've known, certain people I've worked with for years and years, or, right now at the pressing plant is Wrong Beach, which is a Rick Agnew band, and, my relationship with Rick is, Rick is one of the first pros to work with Sioux guitars, and, I love Rick Agnew. He's my hero. He's the funniest fucking guy. He's the sweetest guy. Never mind what you think you know about Rick Agnew. The real truth is the motherfucker's a teddy bear. And so anyways, but yeah, I'm just rambling here. So Kiss Me in the Night by Rebel Flesh. Look for the album when it comes out. If you like these videos, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching.